Most people think they've reached their limits, but the truth is they are not hitting their limits. They're hitting their comfort ceiling. You're not failing because you lack talent. You're stopping because you're secretly comfortable. And the worst part is most people never realize it. Today, I'm going to explain what a comfort ceiling is, why everyone has one, and how the people who succeed learn to break through it. Because once you see it, you will start noticing it throughout your entire life. The first reason this happens is something most people never think about. Your brain is not designed to maximize your potential. Your brain is designed to keep you safe. Safe from physical harm, safe from emotional harm, and safe from embarrassment. Which means the moment something feels risky, your brain starts pulling back towards comfort. When I was in school, I was not the greatest student. I pretty much did the bare minimum to pass, but as I got close to graduating, I realized if I wanted a decent scholarship, I would have to step it up. So I started asking questions in class, doing my homework, and even putting in time to study when I wasn't doing sports. My grades improved significantly, but I really wasn't putting in that much more effort, but my brain had been holding me back. I was secretly nervous that if I studied and did poor, I'd be seen as an idiot. And it was a mental cope, keeping the mental image of myself safe. If I had never tried and got okay grades, I always had the fallback of going, oh, well, I didn't try. But by not trying, I looked more like an idiot. Your brain will always try to protect your identity, and the easiest way to do that is by keeping you inside your comfort zone. So if you want to grow, you have to actively step outside of that zone, and it's not a one-time thing. Every time you grow, your comfort ceiling moves slightly upwards. It never disappears, which leads to the next problem. A lot of people think they're disciplined, but they're really just comfortable in a routine. Just because you do something over and over again does not mean you're pushing your limits. Showing up is good, but showing up without pushing yourself is just maintenance. I've been lifting weights for probably 5 years now, and recently I thought to myself, honestly, I'm probably not as big or strong as I should be by now, and I'm not saying I'm dissatisfied at all, but I realized that my weights weren't really increasing, my muscles weren't really getting bigger, and going to the gym felt more like a routine than training. But I met a friend not too long ago, and I asked him about it because he was much bigger and stronger than I was, and I told him exactly what I just said, and all he said was, you're just not training hard. You obviously don't want it, otherwise you'd be training harder. And he was completely correct. I had fallen into a routine. I was just showing up and not really putting my best foot forward anymore. So my growth was stagnant. But I felt like I was working hard because I was showing up every single day. But showing up was not enough anymore. I had to take it more seriously. I had to focus on what I was eating. I had to increase the weight despite it being uncomfortable. I needed to get back to actually trying. Discipline without discomfort is just maintenance. If you want growth, you need to constantly push against your comfort ceiling. And that leads to the biggest reason most people will stay stuck. Comfort ceilings don't just affect effort, they affect decisions. Most people never truly decide what they're going to dedicate their life to, not because they don't want success, but because they're afraid that if they do and it doesn't work, that they'll look like a failure. Their comfort ceiling has kept them trapped because if they try and fail, their identity gets threatened. Most people are super indecisive nowadays because making a decision will have consequences, whether good or bad. People are so scared of making the wrong decision that they never make a decision at all. Jim Rohn once said, "A boat without its sails set will wash upon whatever shore the sea wishes." You need to make a conscious effort and decide what you're doing. What helped me overcome my gym plateau was reassessing what I actually wanted. I wanted to get stronger. I wanted to get bigger. I wanted to be more athletic. I gave myself a purpose that allowed me to go to the gym and put in more effort than I had previously. Not because I had to, but because I gave myself a reason to. Once you decide something matters, your effort changes, your standards change, and suddenly the comfort ceiling you were stuck under starts to crack, and it starts to move with you. It starts to grow alongside you. But here's the truth most people will never realize. Your limits are rarely physical, they're psychological. You stop when things become uncomfortable. You hesitate when things become uncertain. You slow down when things become difficult. But the people who succeed learn something very, very powerful. They stop seeing discomfort as danger and start seeing it as proof that they're growing. So the next time you feel like you've reached your limit, ask yourself just one question. Is this really my limit, or is this just where my comfort ceiling ends? because those two things are very, very different. If you want to get better at anything in life, you have to learn to recognize when your comfort ceiling appears and then choose to push past it over and over again.